everyone, it's Lucy, and today I'm going to be trying out 3 different TikTok inspired fashion aesthetics. So I, like a lot of people, I love TikTok. They can have all of my information. They probably already have it anyway. I am obsessed with TikTok for a number of reasons. The first of which being that in my real life, not my online life, I work in social media and digital marketing, and TikTok is just a very new and exciting player in the space, and it's being very disruptive. It's shaking a lot of things up, which I really appreciate. Another reason is because, shocking absolutely no one, I was a big Tumblr kid in high school, and TikTok gives me the same energy and vibe and feeling that I got when I used to go on Tumblr like every day after school, sometimes during school. What I like about it is that there's just like so much variety. I love how, very much like with Tumblr, you sort of start seeing these new fashion styles. Like one of the later ones I remember coming out of Tumblr, I mean apart from like Tumblr Girl, TM, Galaxy Print, like we know that one. Art Ho as a style kind of coming out of Tumblr in like, I want to say like 2013, 2014, 2015. I like remember that. TikTok gives me that, like I just see these like new styles popping up all the time, and it's just really exciting. It feels creative, it feels fresh, and it's nice. And I don't know if it's the same where you live, but where I live, I have seen very much a change in the fashion of kind of like younger people in their teens and early 20s wearing stuff that I see on TikTok. And I swear to God, this time last year, pre-lockdown, pre-COVID, people were not wearing this stuff, and it's really, really cool. So today I thought I would take the opportunity. I picked out 3 aesthetics that I have kind of been gravitating towards, and I just want to see if any of them suit me or look good on me, or if I should like lean into it more. And hopefully you guys can let me know what you think as well. The majority of the items I'm going to be showing you today are from YesStyle, because they were very kind to offer me a $150 voucher to do this video and to try some different stuff, because I do think with a lot of the styles that I'm into and a lot of the styles that are on TikTok, you can find the majority of those items online because they just are accessible to the majority of people on the platform. And a lot of the items tend to be really affordable as well. And I'm speaking for myself, but I think a lot of the people on TikTok who are creating these outfits, you know, we tend to be younger and we can't tend to afford super expensive clothes. So I was able to find lots of different pieces on YesStyle that fit these individual aesthetics. So we're going to try them all out today. Okay, so we have 3 different aesthetics. And I think you guys can probably imagine what type of aesthetics I chose. None of them are too out of left field, I would say. They're all pretty predictable for me. So I think we should talk about the first one I picked. And the first one I picked is Y2K. So the thing about Y2K is that I really, really love the vibe. I grew up in the like early kind of mid 2000s. I'm 23 now, so I was maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 in kind of like those early 2000s. Watched a lot of Lindsay Lohan movies, watched Mary-Kate and Ashley. Like it's all kind of very much like my vibe. And I remember being younger and being like obsessed with like the Juicy Couture sweatsuits, but like I was really young, so I was like, oh, that's like not appropriate for me. The only thing I don't love about Y2K, and this is just me personally, is I don't love some of the silhouettes, because I think that they really rely on a certain body type that was popular at the time, which was kind of like that, you know, late 90s, early 2000s supermodel, which love that. I'm not that. So I kind of hesitate with some of the looks. Really low rise jeans, which are like kind of coming back into fashion, especially with the Y2K trend, I really don't think suit me. So I haven't bought them today, I'm sorry. Y2K is very similar to like my casual kind of style, or it's very influenced by that. I do wear quite casual street style kind of stuff. Like even at the moment, like this isn't really a Y2K cut or fit, but I really like, you know, Barbie. I kind of really like those sort of early 2000s brand stuff. So keeping in mind all of those elements, the graphics, the rhinestones, the denim, I think I put together a very Y2K inspired outfit, but it kind of has the sort of conventions and silhouette that's a little bit more modern and more suited to my taste. So let me know what you think of this Y2K look. So in terms of the overall look, I actually really like the clothes. I don't love these sunglasses. For whatever reason, I thought these were going to be real sunglasses, and they're not. They look a lot like accessory sunglasses for like a Bratz or a Barbie doll, but I'm not mad at that. I don't know if it's like the most flattering for me and like my face. It looks a little weird to me. I think if I had like the straight, like kind of really super straight hair that was like very of the time, maybe I'd be like more sold with it, but like these sunglasses are kind of tripping me out. In terms of like the rest of the look, this is very much something I would wear. I have pieces similar to this and I wear outfits similar to this, but I think this is like a little just touch more like of that Y2K flavor. I'll pop links in the description to everything below, but overall I don't think anything was over $30 US. I am pleasantly surprised with this top. When I first pulled it out of the packaging, I was a little concerned because it is this like kind of lycra-ish material. It's a little bit stretchy, and I have previously complained very deeply about like a big baggy t-shirt that was of this material, but in like a crop top, like a fitted crop top, I think it works. It kind of gives it this sort of slight sheen and it doesn't look weird on, whereas the other one I felt like looked and felt weird. This one, because it's like fitted to my body, I'm glad that it has that like little bit of stretch because it kind of keeps it like nicely contoured to the body. The skirt is a really big surprise to me. I was really worried about this one, but it actually has a bit of a stretch to it. The buttonhole for like the skirt did actually have that thing where you have to like cut the buttonhole. I also complained about this in a previous video and I was wondering why that was, and people told me in the comments that it's to prove that you're getting a new item, which I understand. I understand that you can't return it once you've cut it, but I don't know. I'm still not sure. I believe that that's the reason, but I don't know if that reason is a good reason. I really like this. I don't know if it like suits me. I feel like it's a little bit more like, I don't know why I did jazz hands because it's not really what the vibe is, but you know what I mean? It's a little more showy off. Oh, I should mention the bag. The bag is just a bag I have from Asos. I wear it a lot and I figured it suits the outfit because it's like Y2K. You know what I mean? I don't have my Takashi Murakami Louis Vuitton pochette, so this will have to do. I mean, I'm going to be wearing both of these items. Like, I will wear this as an outfit because I think it's really cute. And I think like the length and the fit of the skirt is just, oh, even like the back of the skirt, it has like a tiny bit of fabric, but nothing major. And with like denim and anything like fitted, I usually expect to have like a little bit of weirdness going on there. So this skirt, like YesStyle, gets like a massive tick for me. I think that's very, very nice. In terms of pricing, the glasses were under $5 US, which I think is fair. Like, look, if you want like a cute little extra accessory to like add to an outfit, this is the kind of thing where I think it's like cute in photos, but if you're trying to like protect your eyes with this, like when you're driving or something, don't, because it doesn't have any protection. It's not polarized. So they're not real sunglasses, but like they're good for a look. But they're not real sunglasses. So points docked for that, because you kind of want that in sunglasses. Like they don't perform their like function. But in terms of like style over function, then sure, $5, fine. The shirt is under $10. I bought this in a size large, which I sort of like surprised because it is quite like tight on. I don't mind that because that's sort of like the look I was going for, is that like really small crop top. But for a large, I don't know, I'm like an Australian small to medium, which I guess a large makes sense, but I'm not sure what sizes it goes up to. But it was less than $10 and I think that's pretty good value. It's a nice quality top. I really like the print on it. It's a nice crisp print. I think it'll last decently, and I wear a lot of white crop tops, just white tops in general, so it's the kind of thing that makes sense in my wardrobe rotation, so I will actually get quite a decent amount of wear out of this, so I'm very happy with that. And the skirt, it's saying it's not available anymore. I hope it's just out of stock because I really, really like it and want to recommend it, but it was $23 US, and I think that is a really, really fair price for what it is. Again, I wish the buttonholes were finished properly. I get why, I just wish they were done properly, but I think like, you know what I mean? Like it's nice. It fits really nice. It's comfy. It's got a bit of stretch to it. It's a nice skirt and it's a bit unique. It's a little bit different to other stuff that I think you can get. And for the price point, I think it's great. It's very flattering, like little A-line cut. So I think a lot of people would look really, really nice in this skirt. I feel like this is meant to be like Paris Hilton vibes, but it's sort of more like like Sharpay from like High School Musical, but like cute Sharpay. And like, to be honest, I actually like didn't hate Sharpay's looks most of the time. Like as a child, obviously I was like, Gabriella's the heroine, like she's the main girl. But like as an adult, I'm like, Sharpay was not afraid to serve looks. Can I tell you like a very specific story with these glasses? Because it's like Matrix kind of vibes, right? And whenever I think of the Matrix, so in the city where I live, I'm not really like doxing myself because it's like just a city urban legend that we have. I'm sure in your city you have like people too, but in the city where I live, we have this guy called the Matrix guy, and he's just around like the city area, but he wears like a cowboy hat, like little glasses, and like a full leather trench coat. And I always like see him around, but we used to just call him the Matrix Man because he looks like he's from the Matrix. Cool dude. Whenever you see him, it's like a good omen. You're like, oh, saw the Matrix Man today. Today's gonna be good. I just don't feel like I'm like powerful enough to wear this with the sunglasses. It's the sunglasses. Like with this, I'm like, this is fine. I can wear this. I'm your neighborhood girlfriend. Cool. When I put the glasses on, I'm like, I need to like know karate. I'm gonna be like, yeah, like I can't. It's just too spooky. It's too powerful. I can't do it. Okay, so the next aesthetic that I decided to try out is cottagecore. Cottagecore as an overall aesthetic, even though it's like really popular out of TikTok, and I would say it's actually gone quite mainstream. Like I see a lot of brands like Love Shack Fancy, Lyrica Matoshi, Selkie, like these sort of brands that have sort of started to get really popular are very much aligned with cottagecore. But I don't think that cottagecore is really the most practical for my everyday life. I work an office job. Not that anyone really cares, but just like a wicker basket and like, you know, a big puffy kind of like off the shoulder dress. Like I love it, but like maybe not for the office. Maybe not, like maybe on like a Friday, but most days not. It's one of the more whimsical aesthetics to me. Y2K is very much like, it's what people wore in the early 2000s, just a little bit different. And people actually like just wore that out and about. But cottagecore is a little more leaning towards like fantasy realm, just for me personally. Like not all of it, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like the core like aesthetics and the like pillars of cottagecore are very fantasy. They're fantasy-like to me. But that doesn't mean I don't want to try it out. And I do like a bit of cottagecore. Like when I go to buy like kind of dresses for like the weekend, and like it reminds me a lot of like was this a Tumblr thing? It's more of a YouTube thing, but like Picnic Bitch. Pardon my language, but that's like what the aesthetic is called, like Picnic Bitch. For me, when I think of cottagecore, I think of lots of florals, lots of floaty kind of ethereal fabrics. I think of white or ivory colored linen, cotton, embroidery and glaze, puffy sleeves. I think cottagecore will maybe suit me either really well or really poorly. I don't know. I feel like it's a very like whimsical kind of fashion, but I also feel like I'm like a gremlin woman. So if you like put me in a cottagecore dress, then I'm like, where's my phone? Like it doesn't really work. I also can't do crafts at all. I can bake though. So like, again, I'm like teetering on like, I can do some of the cottagecore things, but do I think I could be a full-time cottagecore woman? Maybe not, but who knows? Let me know what you think. Let's try out cottagecore. Immediately after putting this on, I feel like a princess. I got like a little like tote bag. It's sort of like a sheer mesh with these really pretty little like flower appliques. I thought it'd be nice to have like a matching little tote bag for the farmer's market. Maybe it's a little bit much like all together. And funny story about this look, I actually had a different dress picked out from YesStyle for this section, which was quite different actually, but it ended up being one of those ones that takes like 2 months to ship. So I just swapped it and I picked this one kind of on a whim, and I actually really like it. It is a little bit sheer on the top, but I actually don't mind that so much if you're wearing like something like nude or white underneath, I think it looks fine, but just something to note. But it is actually lined underneath, so I appreciate that little extra bit of quality. I feel like all my movements have changed. I'm like so much more like demure and like floaty. I was kind of worried about this like empire waistline just because it's not typically what I prefer, but it's actually not as unflattering as I thought it would be. It's still like not my favorite silhouette, but I actually don't mind it too much. It's quite a modest cut in terms of some of the cottagecore dresses. I know some of the ones that people really like are, you know, have like corsets with them, or they're like more off shoulder. They're a little more or a little less modest, which I actually really like those ones. I think they're more like of a modern take. I think this is more of like that vintage cottagecore kind of style, but I do think it is still very much this style. The fabric is very light and comfortable. I actually could imagine wearing this around all day just because it is actually very comfy, which is nice. A lot of the kind of cottagecore dresses that I see, you know, that have these really floaty ethereal fabrics are made of polyester and kind of plasticky materials that would be very sweaty. I don't know, I think it's very demure. I think it's maybe even a little bit young looking for me, but I also think it's really cute. Like, I think it looks nice. So I don't really know. I'm kind of like pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure how this one was going to turn out. The back of the dress is actually quite cute. I couldn't do it up that well because I just did this on my own, so forgive me. But it zips up to here. And then after that, it's like two little back ties, which I think is quite cute. Like, obviously my hair is covering it at the moment, but like it has that little element of surprise, a little spice. In terms of cost and sizing, this dress was $28 US, and I bought it in a size medium. I think it's good. I think the dress is lovely quality. If this is what you like, this is what you get. It looks just like the one on the website, so I'm very happy with that, very pleased with that. The bow in my hair was around, I want to say like $8, $9, something like that, so it's a little on the pricier end for like hair accessories, I guess. I don't even think that's pricey. I think it's pretty reasonable because it's a really nice, let me grab it out, because it's a really nice thick fabric and it has a bit of this like luster on it that I think makes it really special. It came in a whole bunch of other colors and I nearly bought it in like a baby pink, and they had a baby blue as well. They're really gorgeous, and I would actually potentially buy more of these because it's just like a very, very nice quality hair accessory. I feel like it really made a difference to my hairstyle. It just really took it to the next level, amped it up. So I think hair accessories like that are a nice thing to have because they can just make a look. Because I feel like now without the hair accessory, this is still a cute outfit, but with this it really like elevated. Levitation. It's not levitation. And then this little guy here was around $6 to $7 US. I say things in a range because with YesStyle the prices change quite frequently, but $6 to $7 US, and in the shade Almond, which is like kind of the cream color, but they had a couple of other ones too, which look cute. All of the items I think are a success in terms of quality, price, and being what I asked for. It's just more of a case of if it's your style or not. And I'm still like jury's out on the dress, but I really like the little tote bag and the bow for sure. Okay, and the final aesthetic that I'm going to be trying on today, last but certainly not least, is soft girl. If I could pick an aesthetic that I think that my personal wardrobe / aesthetic already is, I would say it's probably soft girl. I really like wearing pastels. I really kind of like soft prints, and I kind of like how soft girl often goes towards that sort of 90s preppy kind of vibes. When I think of soft girl fashion, I think of muted pastel colored prints, matching sets a lot of the time. I think of fabrics like tweed that are kind of luxe, again that really preppy vibe, hairbands. Just imagine like a Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl, but maybe a little more demure. Probably like also the fashion from Scream Queens, stuff like that to me is like soft girl. Whereas like anything more outlandish from them, I would say maybe fits into like 90s Y2K, because like Clueless is probably a good reference point, but a lot of the stuff in Clueless is just really, really bold and colorful. And that's not to say it's not soft girl in terms of silhouette, but I think soft girl is very much defined by that like soft color palette. Soft girl is probably the closest in terms of like my I don't say like non-lazy. Y2K though I feel like is more edgy, and you can just kind of put stuff on, and it's like Y2K, but I think soft girl is a little more demure, a little more put together. It's probably what I'd like wear to like brunch with some friends or to go to like a cafe date. Soft girl is probably what I would wear most of the time going out if I was not feeling super lazy. I've always really enjoyed like soft pastel fashion aesthetics, so I'm very, very excited to see how like the soft girl look looks on me. Okay, and here is the soft girl look. I was going for like preppy kind of soft girl, but now I feel like I just look like Quinn from Glee. Like early Quinn, or like pregnant Quinn. And the reason I say pregnant Quinn is because this dress is like very small, and it's giving me like food baby vibes. So yeah, this is the kind of like soft girl preppy look that I ended up going for. This was originally cassette, this like dress with a cardigan, but I picked this cardigan instead because the one it came with was just like very like thin, and I just wanted something a little more substantial that I'd actually like be able to use. Yeah, I'm trying not to be like extremely self-conscious in this one because I really don't like how this is fitting. I think it's quite unflattering, to be honest, but I don't want to like say I look bad. I want to be like body confident, but also like I know in my soul that this isn't fitting me. It's quite uncomfortable. It's very squishy up top. It's just like a whole vibe. So I think, I don't know if this is a one size dress or not, but I don't think I got the right size. It is too small. Yeah, it's too small. But often this like cut of dress as well, like this is meant to be A-line, but with these hippie boys, it wasn't gonna happen. And I kind of knew that going in, but I didn't think it would be quite this severe because it's like very short at the back. You can see how much it's like rising up compared to at the front. It is not made to accommodate the big hippie boys. I think the vibe overall is kind of cute and suits me. Like I kind of like the kind of preppiness of it. I think that works for me. It's just the fit of this garment, and unfortunately that's quite distracting to try and review the look when like the primary garment is a nightmare. It's not a nightmare, it's just bad. But I got this little headband as well, and it's sort of got like a slight like cotton slight shine to it. It's nice to like have headbands be back in because I feel like they really do a lot for me. I kind of like adding a little bit of like height up top with my head shape. So I quite like the little headband action going on. And I really like the cardigan. I've actually been wearing this cardigan to work quite a bit because it gets really cold in my office. And it's been really nice because it matches with a lot of the things I wear. It's just like a simple white cardigan. I wish it was like a white and not like a cream ivory, but I'll live. So I don't really have a lot else to say for this one because I think it's pretty simple. Like from here up, I think we can agree, well, you don't have to agree, we don't have to agree, but I would like to say that I think it's a cute look and I think it suits me quite well. I always really like preppy fashion, especially like in those movies where they have like the characters dressed in the really preppy fashion and you're like meant to hate them because they're like the mean girls and you're not meant to like them, but I'm always like, but they look cute though. I think I went through the I'm not like the other girls phase, but then like the whole time I was like, no, but like their outfits are cuter, I'm sorry. I was never really into like the rock chick look unless you count the Veronica's fashion line at like Kmart or Target from like 10 years ago. I was into that. I think we can all understand that you have to stan and support the Veronicas, aka the best thing Brisbane's ever made. I do really like baby blue on me. I just wish that this fit better. It's such a shame because if this fit properly, I think this whole look would be an absolute win and probably maybe my favorite out of the three. But as it stands, the actual item's not cutting the mustard. So in terms of pricing, this cardigan was $14 US and came in lots of different colors. I did check and this one was the white color. I don't think this is white, this is a cream or ivory. So just a heads up, but it is a really cute cardigan. It's really, really soft and it's a very nice feeling fabric. So I actually do really recommend the cardigan and I would actually be looking into other colors because it's just a nice little crop. It hits like a nice length. I feel, and it's not like so thin and tiny like some of the other ones I've bought from YesStyle. It has nice finishing on like the cuffs, no loose threads. It's a really nicely well made like little cable knit cardigan. So if you're looking for those, they have them in a bunch of colors, and again, $14 US. I think that is stunning. Now the dress was just under $20 US, which is not super expensive for like a little dress. But I bought it in a size medium, and I thought to myself, oh, well, that's where I went wrong. I should have bought a large. There is no large. This is a larger size, so I'm not loving that. Again, I'm a size like small to medium Australian. I'm like an 8 to 10 to 12 for pants. But not sure about that. And like there are a lot of really good reviews, because again, if this is something you can fit into, you know, it is a great item because it's very affordable. But if it doesn't suit your body type or fit you, then you are not going to have a great time with it. So not sure about that one. Hey, yikes. And the headband was like $5. And I think that's great. I think that's a great price for this headband. Again, they have it in a lot of other colors. It's nicely padded, and it's not like shiny or plasticky. It's just like a nice kind of cotton covered fabric. Ugh. But yeah, that is Soft Girl. Apart from the slightly disappointing dress, let me know what you think of the overall aesthetic. Do you think it suits me? Do you think I should try some more Soft Girl fashion? Do you have any recommendations that, you know, wouldn't do this to me? Then by all means, let me know. But yeah, that is the final look. Let me know down below which of the 3 looks you think suited me best and which I should try out. I'm very keen to explore the world of aesthetics a little bit more in depth. Everything that I tried on in this video will be linked down below wherever possible. And thanks again to YesStyle for giving me a credit to try out this video idea. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.